Good evening. For as long as we have been a people, Jewish music has stirred our souls, framed our experiences, comforted us, and given us reason to dance. It is heard in the Beit Midrash of the yeshiva, in the boisterous camp dining hall, and in the halls of our schools. Tonight, we have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate the role that Jewish music has played in young people's lives as we are joined by Tizmoret, alumni from the Ramah's High School Choir, and members of the Camp Ramah a cappella group, all mentored by 2016 Covenant Award recipient Daniel Henkin. They will be singing two pieces, Shiru, Shir, composed by Kari Niznik, and Amen, composed by Moshe Datz. Both selections are arranged by Daniel Henkin and conducted tonight by Corey Hecht.
בימים צ'ופים כאלה, כשהלב אינו נרגע, האדם נושא עיניו למען שלוות תמה. בלילות צ'ופים היא הלב, בין אור אשר ייגע, הוא מרגיש קרוב עם האדמה. שירו שיר, Amen. Shir, Amen. ונראה שהתקווה לא אבדה. שירו שיר, Amen. Shir, Amen. ונראה ודאי שאין זו אגדה. בימים טובים נעלה יעלו מן הסערה, ויבוא מעט מרגוע גם לנשמה. בלילות שלווים של כלב, שיבואו במהרה, עוד נאהב מאוד את דמעת האדמה. שירו שיר, Amen. Amen. ונראה שהתקווה לא אבדה. שירו שיר, Amen. Amen. ונראה ודאי שאין זו אגדה. שירו שיר, Amen. Amen. ונראה שהתקווה לא אבדה. שירו שיר, Amen. Amen. ונראה ודאי שאין זו, ונראה ודאי שאין זו, ונראה ודאי שאין זו אגדה. בתפילה, אמן. שעולה, אמן. כל הנשמה תהלל כך, אמן. בתפילה, Amen. ותן ברכת שלום ושמור על ביתנו, ערב אותנו לחלום שבתוכנו, תן תמיד ברכה למעשה ידינו, פתח ליבנו שתמיד נשיר לך, אלוקיי, אמן. תקוותיי, אמן. עטוף אותנו באהבה, אמן. תן לנו חיים ושמור עלינו, תן שתתגשם אהבתנו, תן לנו ברכה ארחננו, פתח ליבנו שתמיד נשיר לך, נשיר לך לעולם, אמן. לכולם, אמן. חזק את רוח האדם, אמן. בתפילה, אמן. לשלום, אמן. כל הנשמה תהללך, אמן. כל הנשמה תהללך, אמן.
Please welcome back to the stage, Barbara Goodman-Manila.
Wow, that was unbelievable and a really difficult act to follow, I have to say. So thank you all for coming. And luckily, we have award winners that can stand up to that challenge. Thank you again. Your performance was truly inspirational. But now we come to the heart of the evening, where we honor three outstanding educators. Through their imagination, perseverance, and sheer will, tonight's honorees are transforming the world of Jewish education. We are so proud to add them to our Covenant family. It's my pleasure to introduce Sarah Crown Starr, who will present the first award to Danielle Henkin. Sarah is a graduate of Wexner Heritage Program for Transformative Leadership. She's director of Crown Family Philanthropies, the Jewish United Fund of Metropolitan Chicago, and the Erickson Institute. She and her husband, Jamie, live in Chicago and have 3 children. Please welcome Sarah to the podium to introduce our first award recipient.
So I was just in Utah at Zion National Park, and they had a bus that gave a tour as you were going through the park, and it talked about how these mountains were supposedly made by angels. I have to tell you, I think music is made by angels, and what was just created was magical. When children return home from summer camp singing Hebrew songs, Learn to recite the Jewish bedtime prayer to a new melody and set the Sabbath piece to a beat. You know that invaluable Jewish learning is taking place. Music matters in reaching our Jewish hearts. Dubbed our beloved Jewish rock star by those who spent summers with him at Camp Ramah Nyack, Daniel Henkin is a pioneer of Jewish a cappella singing and much more. At the Ramah School in New York, he directs the music program and teaches chamber choirs. At Camp Ramah Nyack, Daniel produces the annual Ramah Musical Celebration, a highlight of the camping season that attracts thousands of parents and alumni and community leaders each summer. At Queens College, he directs the Hillel's Jewish a cappella group, which draws singers from colleges throughout the New York City area, and has been a 3-time national champion in Jewish collegiate a cappella competitions. As so many acknowledge, music is a gateway to the soul. Through his teachings of students of all ages, Daniel injects the power of Jewish engagement through music across and between generations. Tonight, we celebrate Daniel for his vast contributions to Jewish education through music and through his soul. Please turn your attention to the video monitors to witness the inspirational work of this truly incredible educator.
One, two, and ready, sing. Do 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 do. You see me. Sorry. Here we go. My love, open the door. Ooh, let my love open the door. Big like the elephants. Go. And the phantoms of the night. I want my students to be feeling what I'm feeling about this music. I want them to be loving this. I feel this work is something of a calling or a mission. Judaism is a singing tradition. We learn so much of our tradition from the singing. It's in the Zmirot, it's in the Tfilot. Go! Whatever you think your top volume, okay, whatever it is, just give me more. For some people, Jewish a cappella is really a portal into Jewish connection, continuity, community. I first heard an a cappella group, and I was an incoming freshman at Columbia. A guy pulls out a pitch pipe, blows a note, and they start singing, and I was blown away. I've been teaching music essentially since college. We're approaching 30 years now. I have a large age range in my choirs. The youngest would be 5 years old, and the oldest would be well into their 70s. Jewish music has been with me since I was very little. I remember singing Zmirot at the Shabbat table. When we would go to school in the morning, my father would say, bus pass, kippah, keys, Heye ish, which was shorthand for the Mishnah, which says, Uv'makom she'ein anashim hishtadel liyot ish. In a place where there are no people, try to be a person. You must stand up and do the right thing. Let's make some music. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Judah. And the opens to the beat. 2200 years ago, when the Thalia's for Judah are worthy. It was BC 165. Somebody read it. One drop of oil. 8 days later,
Okay, get a good night's sleep, chamber. We got a big show tomorrow.
In my ideal world, rehearsal would be unending. I have stanzas I want to reach that I see in the secular music world and bring it to bear on Jewish music. And that's at a higher level than perhaps just sitting around a campfire. I probably sung some songs 1,000 times, but if the harmonies are there, it works every time.
So you all just listened to many people get up here and talk about how the goal of this foundation was to connect people to Judaism and to have educators do that. I can't think of a better way to connect kids than through music. Look at what he has done. I could not be more proud and honored to present a 2016 Covenant Award to Daniel Henkin. Daniel, can you please join me on the stage?
Thank you. One of the downsides of this job is I lose my voice all the time, with apologies. When I was in the 3rd grade, I walked into my school's kitchen and asked for their baked macaroni recipe. I loved that dish, but I was also very shy. My mother tells me that when she held me as a baby and someone would try to play with me, I would turn away and hide my face in her arms. And if they wanted to hold me, she passed me back first, so I would always see her. Walking into that kitchen was so scary that I still remember it today, but I really wanted that recipe. I was a 9-year-old with a passion. I stand here 40 years later to accept the Covenant Award for another passion I have, teaching Jewish vocal and choral music to generations of children, teens, and adults. I haven't fully outgrown my shyness. I still have difficulty getting out a sentence in certain situations. But when I stand before my ensembles, the message of the music comes through with little effort. Who sings for me? They are the 8-year-olds at Camp Ramah Nayak belting out their Zimriah song. They are the 12-year-olds at Camp Nesher who join the camper choir and sing in 4-part harmony for the first time in their lives. They are the high school students in the Ramah's choir who perform a 17th century synagogue piece and an original arrangement of an Israeli pop song all in the same concert. They are Tizmoret, my collegiate a cappella group from Queens College Hillel, and my most accomplished ensemble. And they are the members of Kol Ram, an intergenerational choir where recent college grads perform alongside singers in their 70s. The chance to bring Jewish choral music into the lives of my singers and let them hear what I hear is unlike anything else. I prod them with age-appropriate metaphors. Sing with gentle confidence. Be the beefy bouncer who stands outside the club, arms folded, smiling calmly. Or be ready for your vocal entrance. Make sure your pants are on before the curtain opens. I'd like to thank the Covenant Foundation for recognizing the value Jewish music has in shaping our identity as Jews. The rabbis in Masechet Avot tell us the following with regard to the study of Torah. Havei zanav la'arayot v'al tirosh la'shualim. Be the tail of a lion and not the head of the fox. Set high standards for yourself. Havei shoteh batzama divrehem. Drink with thirst their teachings. Study with passion. And ha'amidu talmidim harbe. Attract numerous students. Make a difference in the lives of many. I would like to think these teachings apply to my work and the work of those honored by the Covenant Foundation. I know my mom is very proud of me. My dad would have been proud too. I imagine most parents would be, but some might not have encouraged their children to pursue the less conventional career path of Jewish music education. Perhaps that came naturally, for they both pursued what they loved. My wife Elisa and my 3 children, Sammy, Thalia, and Ariana, are happy participants on this journey. Out of nowhere, one of us will hum a note loudly and hold it. What is the appropriate response in our family? We harmonize above the first person and build a dominant 7th chord with an added 9th. If we are lucky and the chord locks, the smiles are instantaneous. That cook at Ramaz gave me that baked macaroni recipe on a handwritten index card. I brought it home to my mom, anticipating an endless supply of baked macaroni dinners. She made the recipe later that week. It wasn't nearly as good. Thank you.